And we are live, and we are live, and we are live.
Oh, get my harmonica.
That's all right. Hey guys, happy Juneteenth, and we are here for another episode of Mind Your Business Monday with your host Travis and my sidekick here.
Hey, Arlita.
As always, Mind Your Business Monday is brought to you by On Point Alliance, where we provide identity-related solutions through a diversified scope of services, with fingerprinting and background screening being our primary services. To learn more, just remember you can scan the barcode at the top of the screen or click in our bio for the description. It's so good to see you guys.
Yes, so we want you to tackle the week like a boss. Every Monday, here with us on Mind Your Business Monday, a compass for entrepreneurial growth. So you can level up your skills by learning from entrepreneurs who have been there and done that. You can glean from their wisdom from both personal and professional leadership development. So whether you're just starting out or you want to get established, you already in the field, it doesn't matter. This is a compass towards your success. So again, if you like how that sounds, go ahead, share, and subscribe to all of our social media outlets, and don't forget to click the notification bell.
Definitely gonna need you guys to do that. Like, share, subscribe, click the bell so you get notification when we go live.
Hey,
I see Mariah here.
Hey.
Hey, me and Mariah. Hey there, lady. Long time no see. I'm trying to get this. It's not giving me notification that we are live so that I can share. I'm not understanding what's happening with this. Y'all. Every time I refresh, it's like it's not.
You think if you go here?
That's not my page.
Okay, never mind. Let me mind my business on this here Monday, cause
your business, my business. I don't know what's going on with it, but
I don't know.
Normally I can goodness.
So we got some updates to fill y'all in on. Yeah, we got a couple things going on. And y'all know we don't like to wait, so we go ahead and jump in, and you guys can watch the recording later. So since the last time y'all saw us, I think it's been about 2 or 3 weeks now.
About 3 weeks.
So we have really been diligent with this anthology project. So it's a book collaboration of a total of 8 authors that most of them are new except for 2.
Mm-hmm.
And we've taken them through the process of writing their books in hopes that after this, that they will be releasing their personal books and self-publishing and, doing all those great things that authors do, and, working on their bestsellers. So with that being said, we have been very committed to that. On Point Alliance is in the process of adding and reframing our business model. So we have some exciting things coming. Okay. So Travis, my phone died.
This girl
don't
never
me.
charge her phone.
Because I'm working on it all the
charge
time.
her phone. I'm trying to get ready.
I'm constantly working. Okay. Why you got one job?
Gosh.
To remind me to put that on the charger. Why you didn't remember to do
something? Here it is, dying.
Whatever. Anyway, what was the last thing I said before I was rudely interrupted? So On Point Alliance has some exciting new offers coming. We are real excited about our fingerprinting boot camp. So we're going to talk more about that later at the end of the show. So just with putting together those platforms and our curriculums and all the details of that, we have been very diligent, even down to brainstorming and working on Mind Your Business Monday. So Mind Your Business Monday can be everything that it was designed to be. As y'all know, we're not technical people. We wanted to step out. We did not want to be those individuals that, some entrepreneurs don't step out because everything's not perfect.
True.
Well, we wanted to get the word out. It has helped individuals. We have several people calling us, asking about our services, asking about my courses from Mind Your Business Monday.
Right.
So it's reaching people, It's helping individuals. It's even helping couples, business couples. They reach out to us and just thank us that for us inspiring them. So I just want to encourage you, if you have a vision, everything may not be perfect, but if you do it in the spirit of excellence, meaning you're doing your best, you're not just throwing anything out there, you know, and you doing it in the spirit of excellence, I say go for it. Some things are trial and error. You're going to learn as you go. You'll get more comfortable as you do it. And then learn. Okay.
No, go ahead, because this is gonna happen when we get this.
All right. So that way you can learn as you grow, not as you go. You can learn as you grow. And so I just encourage you, step out, just do it. Don't try to make sure all the things are in place all the time. If any of you know my personality, I'm very detailed, structured, organized. I know what I'm gonna do first, second, third, fourth, fifth. But some things, hey, you got to do what you got to do.
Right.
So Mind Your Business Monday, we try our best to present a quality broadcast to you all. We're in the process of working on equipment, and preferably we have a tech person coming doing all this stuff, so we don't have to. But we had to learn how it worked first,
right?
So don't sit on that idea just because you don't have all the pieces. Do what you can if it can be presented in a appropriate and a manner that you're satisfied with, and let your audience grow with you. So yeah, so that's what's been going on.
A lot going on.
Yeah.
So
some things I can't mention yet.
Right.
So yeah. So tonight, as we talk, we've been experiencing a lot of our clients coming to us with a specific issue. So we thought it would just be appropriate to address those things, and in hopes that it helped somebody. All right, so Travis.
Well, we believe it'll help many because it's what we experience on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So basically, today's topic is going to be, just give yourself. We'll be talking about. It's going to be for employers and job applicants. Okay. And what you need to know to ensure a smooth fingerprinting experience, because that's the issue we've been having with people coming in, just not having enough information from their employers or agencies concerning what to do with those or how to get fingerprints or where to go for the fingerprints. And then once we're done with that, of course, we've been getting, like Olita said, we've been getting a lot of people asking questions about starting fingerprint business. And we're going to tell you, the fingerprint business is a very lucrative industry to be in. And if you're in an area that is needed, hey, you can do very well with fingerprint. So when we're done with the topic on today, we're going to be sharing information about our university, On Point Alliance University, and the information that we share with individuals that a lot of the other places, for some reason, if they know it, they're not sharing, or they don't know it, but we actually share that information. So we'll be talking about that when we're done. So we're excited to dive into this topic because we see every day that there are gaps between communication and understanding between employers and the applicants. So let's start with the employers. What can you do to better equip applicants for their fingerprinting appointments? Employers play a crucial role in preparing their applicants for fingerprinting, and here are a few tips that you can follow. Number one, communicate clearly. Okay, employers should provide applicants with detailed information about their fingerprinting requirements.
And so what we mean by that is a few things. So first, what type of fingerprints are you requiring of the applicant? A lot of times we get phone calls. They call us, hey, I need fingerprints and a background check for ABC license. Well, we're not authorized to tell them which one to do, because we can have several people here for the same purpose. Different agencies require something different. So you need to let them know, do they need ink card fingerprinting? Ink card fingerprint is the same fingerprints that you can get at your local law enforcement agency. It's also referred to as a hard card, or some people call it fingerprint form.
Show them?
Yes, you can go ahead and show them. So this is a fingerprint card. A FD258 is one of the most common fingerprint card. Then you have SF87. There's a bunch of different ones out there, but the ones we have in stock is the FD258 and the SF87. You can bring your own card with you. Give the applicant any special forms, any particular version. That's another thing we've been running into, that certain versions of the card is required. Well, the fingerprinting company, you can take it down. The fingerprinting company has no way to know what version you need or the applicant need. You have to give us or give them those instructions. If it's a 2013 version, 2017, 2018, 2020. You see what I'm saying? So you need to do your due diligence in making sure that the applicant knows what type of forms they need. Do they need identity verification form to couple with the ink card? Because you know that form is due at the same time, has to be completed at the same time the card. Well, half of the time they don't know, and we ask them, they seem oblivious to what that is. We move forward, and countless times they have to come back to try to see, can they get that document signed, identity verification form document signed. And if it's within a few days, we can, but it can't be like 30 days, 2 months. You come back, because it's supposed to be done at the same time.
We've actually had people who have driven 3 hours to us for that appointment, went back, found out they needed that sheet done. And identity verification form, that's basically just a form that they give you that you provide to the technician, and we have to sign that form the day you get your fingerprints done, because we're telling them that we have verified your identification, that you have a valid U.S. government issued photo ID that we have seen, or a passport or whatever, a valid identification. So we signed it that day, and then you have to turn that in with your forms. But because of the fact that a lot of employers, you don't share that information with the applicants, they show up without that form. It's somewhere in their email, they print it out, and then they find it. So it's best to just do best practices to make sure you're giving them that information, that those are things that they would need to take with them to their appointment, and nobody has to make a trip back or risk not being able to get it filled out.
Right. And then you need to tell them, so if there's a specific form, do they need an ink card or a live scan? So let's talk about the ink card. Ink cards come in 2 different ways. It's a traditional ink where literally ink is rolled on, put on the finger, rolled on the card, all 10 fingers. They'll complete the top of the fields on the top. They leave our office with those cards. We don't have them on file. We don't do anything with them but capture their prints, and capture their prints and send them out with those cards. You need to let them know what to do with those cards. Okay. So you have the traditional ink, and then you also have scanned ink. And the difference between a traditional ink and scan, like I said, traditional is literally ink on your finger rolled on a card. Scanned is where we capture your prints on a device, and then we print those out on ink cards. Okay, so now this is where it gets a little controversial. So you have some agents that say, oh, scanned fingerprints is the way to go. The ink card, the traditional ink, is old-fashioned, is antiquated. They don't do that no more. Every agency accepts scanned fingerprints. And our experience is that is not true. We have countless clients who their agency want the traditional ink on the finger rolled on a card. And here's one of the reasons why. If you need 2 sets of prints, if we have to ink each one, you walking out of our office with 2 sets of prints.
Right.
But if we do it on scans, if we take a picture of your fingerprints, print that set of prints out on ink cards, guess what you just left our office with? 1 set of prints on 2 cards.
Right. So in that instance, if you wind up going, they process them, and let's say they're having issues getting a reading on the right little finger. Instead of them having an additional card that has been rolled a second time, they basically have two rejected cards because they can't get the reading off of the one card. And while they go to pull the other card, they'll have basically a copy. So they have two rejected cards, and now they're going to send you a letter, which is going to delay onboarding or whatever situation they may wind up putting you in.
Yes.
That's just one of the reasons why.
So this is why you need to let them know. Now, there are a bunch of agencies that allow scans or traditional ink. But if you know that your industry or your requirements for your applicants is the traditional ink, please give them that information, because there's a difference in the cost.
Right.
No matter what fingerprinting agency you go to, the scanned ink typically is a lower cost. Well, guess what we all like to do? Pick the lower cost item, right? Well, they try to select the lower cost item, and it's wrong. End up costing them money, and resources, costing you money, time, and resources. So just let them know if that's an option for them to choose either, or which specific one is being required. And that will be your responsibility to inform your applicant to avoid that frustration.
Right.
Okay. So that's ink cards. Now, so do they need ink cards or a live scan? So there's a bunch of different type of live scan. Live scan is pretty much being captured on the device.
Right.
So you're talking about it's all types of live scan. So we're going to focus on the FBI live scan. Okay. So in most instances, people come to us, I need a live scan background. Is either going to be federal level or state level. Okay. The way federal level works is we capture their prints on the device, submit those prints or transmit those prints to the FBI channeler. And the FBI channeler, within 24 to 48 hours, they will process those prints and email the applicant the results. Mm-hmm. So the applicant does not leave the office with a set of actual prints. Okay. Federal level, they do not send that PDF or results to any employer, any third party. If you are an attorney, there's a special document that has to be completed. But if you're expecting, like our home healthcare agencies, our daycares, agencies that technically is not required to have your applicants complete a background check, but you're just doing your due diligence as you should.
Right.
Please know that the results are not, the FBI channeler is not going to send those results to you. So here's a tip. You can instruct the applicant to, once they get the hard copy, so I'm getting ahead of myself. So they're going to get the PDF copy, and they have the option to get a hard copy on certified tamper-proof paper in an envelope. Okay.
Right. You
can tell them, hey, once you get that hard copy, don't open it.
Right.
That's what we need. Or you can have them forward that email on FBI letterhead directly from the FBI to you. But just know the FBI channeler is not going to send you those results. So when your applicant comes to us or a fingerprint provider, I need fingerprints and a background check. Which type of fingerprints do you want? I don't know. I just need fingerprints. We can't help them. And technically, no fingerprinting provider should be telling them exactly what to do. It's some things that's cut and dry. You know, certain keywords like, this is for my personal review. I'm just trying to see what's on my background check. In that instance, yes, I can say, okay, well, that's an FBI live scan, because doing the ink card is not going to help a person who don't have a way to process them, right? So, or, you know, if you're doing international travels and you have to do it, and you explain to us, I need an FBI fingerprint and I have to get it apostilled. or apostille, whichever way you say it, or applesauce, whichever way you say it. That's keywords to us. We know exactly what you're talking about and can tell you what that sounds like.
Right.
However, we always going to refer you back to your requesting agency, whomever is telling you to get fingerprinted. That's if that's an embassy, if that's your job, if that's a court, a lawyer. We're going to refer you back to them to confirm, but we can let you know, hey, that what you're explaining, this is what you're describing, and this is the service that we have to provide for that. Okay.
Unfortunately, let me jump in here. Unfortunately, there are some companies that will not tell you. They will not do, as we like to say, do our due diligence to try to educate the applicants as to what they need to do. So what you don't want to do is put your applicant in a position where they go to a place where they say, hey, I need electronic fingerprints done. And then they just say, okay, we do electronic fingerprints. And then they get the prints done, only later on to find out that that was not the type of prints that they need. That was not the electronic service that they need. That's not the live scan that they need. So that's why it's important that you know this information so that you can educate your applicants as to where they need to go, so they don't make that mistake. Because some people are out here just to make money. They're in business to make money, and their thing is, I answered your question. You asked for a live scan background report, and then that's what we did. But this is what we're talking about. Educate them so they know to go to the right place.
And so what Travis is referring to, which was my next thing, was, so is it going to be federal level or state? So state is a little more complex, okay? If it's a state level, there's an ORI number involved. There's a code involved. That code, it allows the system, the processor, to know where those prints, who's requesting those prints, okay? So that means the applicant can't just pick somebody off of Google or off the FBI list, come there because they provide live scan services, and think they're coming with this code. Because in a lot of instances, that code is tracked to an agency that's in contract.
Right.
So that the applicant in a lot of instances don't have to pay. Well, if you come to someone who that code is not relevant to, who's not part of that network, who's not part of that contract, they're going to be required to pay. So guess what that's going to cause? Frustration, right? When you need to let them know specifically where they're supposed to go if there's a code involved for state level. Now, let me explain something. We have countless people come saying, I need a California live scan. Well, we're based in Texas. There's a rule. I don't care what state you're in. It's something called open state and closed state, okay? If you have to physically be in a particular state to do live scan, unless that state has given that particular fingerprinting provider access to transmit. For example, Florida. We're Florida approved. We can fingerprint on behalf of the state of Florida, but we cannot fingerprint or do a live scan for the state of California.
Right.
We can't do one for the state of Washington. We can't do what y'all get my drift.
We can't do one for the state of Texas.
We can't do one for the state of Texas. You know why? Because we're not part of that contract.
Right.
All right. Now, are we state credentialed? Absolutely. But we're not part of that contract. So we don't do live scan services on state level for Texas. So when you come to us, your website says you do live scan. We do. So that's why we take the time to ask probing questions. And in a lot of instances, the applicant, they don't know. Okay, so it's important that you know if it's live scan, if it's a federal level or state level. And if it's state, and more than likely there's a code involved. What is the code? Give that applicant the code and let them know specifically where they're supposed to go. Okay, so that's something you can do to help them know what type of fingerprints they need.
All right, the next thing, offer guidance on scheduling. Okay, so if you happen to schedule for them, be aware of the provider's appointment policies, including time zone differences, and share that information with the applicant. Okay, You don't want a situation where they go to they're in another time zone. They make this appointment before they fly in, only to realize once they get there in a totally different time zone, and they've set that appointment in the time zone that they were in. Okay.
Yeah.
The next thing, if they schedule for themselves, encourage them to be aware of the provider's appointment policy to ensure a smooth process. Y'all, that's really big.
Listen, I know for On Point Alliance, we give a confirmation page, detailed page. Okay.
Very.
It's important that if you schedule with us or anybody, give your applicant as much information as you can. Encourage them to adhere to the policies and procedures and terms and conditions of that agency, just to keep a smooth process. Getting a fingerprint can be a hassle.
It really can.
It really can. Some people we get have been fingerprinted 3-4 times.
6.
Yeah, someone fingerprinted 6 times somewhere else, rejected
6 times,
came to us, and then we were able to get them approved. Now, there is a difference between us and a lot of agencies. We're a learning center, so we train and certify fingerprinting technicians here. Okay, so I also like to say a lot of these companies, they have budgets. We have bills.
Say it again.
They have budgets. We have bills. We have to earn your trust. We have to show you that we have your back. We have to show you that you don't have to worry about your fingerprints being rejected. And in that rare chance that they get rejected, because nobody can guarantee that every single fingerprint is going to go through, because the condition of people's hands are different.
Right.
But we do our due diligence in making sure that we're capturing the most legible prints as possible. Okay, so that'll help you, that'll help the applicant, and that'll help the fingerprinting provider.
And let's throw this here too. Try to also encourage them to not necessarily go for the cheapest place. Yeah. I mean, I'm so glad we don't have any particular one that we would mention. We've had countless people who have come to us and say, hey, I went to a police department, I went to a sheriff department, got my fingerprints done for free, got my fingerprints done for $5, got my fingerprints done for $10.
And why y'all don't cost that much?
And they've got rejected. And you know that old saying, you get what you pay for? If most of the time, in a lot of instances where a lot of the officers are doing the fingerprints, they barely want to do the fingerprints of the inmates, So it's like when you come in wanting some fingerprints done, they got to stop what they're doing to do. That's why it's a lot of times it's kind of difficult to get them done. You got to come at a certain time, or they may not even be available to do it at their time. But the thing about it is, you want to encourage your people to go somewhere where people like us specialize in fingerprints, and where we teach it to whereas you're not really focusing on trying to pay the least. You're trying to pay what you need to pay so that you can get what you need done, so you can keep that process moving. Because again, their rejection may cost weeks of delay in onboarding, or it may cost a loved one their we had so many different situations, but some people for immigration, adoption, and it got to happen so quick.
Power of attorneys, different things. Out of nursing home.
And it's like that. This fingerprinting not being taken serious can cause have a lot of serious ramifications. So encourage them not necessarily go for the cheapest that they can find, but let them do the research and find out who is skilled in their craft, and then go there. You find it.
Well, I would like to add, and I don't want to say that the police department don't want to do it. He used it as one example, but all of them are not trained. We've had people come to us who went to the police department, was rejected, and was told, all right, in this situation, you might want to try On Point Alliance because they are more qualified than us. So the coin can flip either way.
Yeah,
right?
My thing was just sharing that my thing is sharing the experiences that we've had. It's not just one particular place, whether it's a police department or a sheriff's office or whatever. These are experiences that, because we are very hands-on, no pun intended, with our clients, and we do our due diligence with our good customer service, and they share these stories with us. So the things that we share and that I've shared about, their experiences, like, hey, when I went, it seemed like they didn't even want to do my fingerprints. And then it's like, okay, well, in those instances, the fingerprints don't pass. So it's out there. It's the other instances as well, but that's just a real situation. That's a real situation.
Yeah. So you just want to not necessarily try to go for the cheapest thing, because again, we know you do get what you pay. It's not just the same. You get what you pay for. And a lot of times you're trying to do a shortcut. And that shortcut,
it'll cost you more.
It'll cost you more on the back end. So please encourage them to get what they're supposed to get. Give them clear instructions, so when they come, they can be equipped to have a smooth fingerprinting appointment, get in and out. Okay.
And again, before we shift our focus to for these employers, that's another reason why you can reach out to us here at On Point Alliance. We do our due diligence. We will spend the time with you on the phone to educate you and to let you know what it is that that your applicants need and what needs to be done. Because your applicant may not be able to use us, but you'll still get that information. We just like the fact that our name will be out there, that we gave that information. They can say, hey, On Point Alliance is very knowledgeable in what it is that in dealing with fingerprints and background screening. And then you also recommend us to somebody else. What would you point at?
And so just so you know, since we're on the subject of employers, we do offer corporate special pricing. We do have different tiers. We do have discounts and benefits from employers who these agencies that decide to partner with us. One of the perks is our business hours are from 9 to 5. Well, if you're a partner, you get special hours vouchers, meaning your applicant can schedule from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Right.
That's just one of the perks. Discounts on mobile services, discounts on notary services. So there's a bunch of different perks that we try to throw in there to make your job easier. And also you'll get a special dedicated link that your clients don't have to go surfing on the internet, going through the website. You give them a link, boom, they go ahead and schedule. And whatever your agreement with us, whether you're invoiced bi-weekly, monthly, however your payment arrangement is, that's how we can do it. So give us a call if you want to know more about our partnership options to ensure. Oh, and we've been informed numerous times of several agencies who have contracts with other companies, and they have scanned services and can't get in touch with the people. They having a hard time getting their applicants fingerprinted. Folks not answering the phones, things like that. You don't have that issue with us. Again, a lot of companies have budgets. We have bills. So we have to answer the phone. We have to make sure that you have what you need. Exactly. We have to make sure you're getting approved, okay? That we're capturing legible prints. So give us a call if you're having a hard time with your current fingerprinting provider, all right?
Right now. So now we're going to shift our focus to the applicants themselves, okay? What can you do on your end to be prepared for your fingerprinting appointment? Okay, here's one. Carefully read your requesting agency instructions, okay? We see a lot of times applicants overlook or misread the instructions out of frustration or being overwhelmed. They wind up making it to the office and I say, hey, do me a favor, pull their email up that they sent you. And this is in our what we call it, the front intake. This is in our intake session where I'm like, hey, you signed up for this. Are you sure they looking confused? I'm like, hey, pull that email up and let's read it. Matter of fact, let my eyes see it, because I may see something that you don't know what you're looking at. Or may interpret it different. That's us doing our due diligence. But you have to read it. A lot of times they'll get there and they'll start reading and say, oh, it said here. So you be in a rush, you be moving quick, you nervous, trying to get it done. Slow down and read that information, read those instructions, because most of the time, 9.9% of the time, employers have sent you the information. You're just too busy to actually read.
And also your confirmation page, please be aware of the policies, the appointment policies. What is the fingerprint provider requiring of you as far as documentation? What type of ID you need? If you are not a U.S. citizen, what are acceptable forms of identification? I know on our website, we give you countless information,
links and everything
on how, all the way to going to the FBI's website, just clicking a link to confirm what are acceptable forms of identification. We have to comply with the FBI regulations regarding fingerprints. So we can't just accept anything, okay? So if you have a foreign passport, you have to have supporting documents. Your documents cannot be expired. Don't come in there with a bunch of scanned, pieces of paper,
pictures of copies.
Some things, you should just, taking care of business, have your stuff in order and be aware of the expectations so you can get in and out. At our agency, we don't have you waiting. Whatever, we ask that you come 10 minutes early. That way we can do our intake process, ensure that we're on the same page, that we're not giving you something. Well, let me rephrase that. You didn't request something that you didn't need. So we confirm what you're here for to make sure you meant to request what you requested, to ensure that whatever we can do to avoid you having the wrong fingerprints and not having what you need, end up with delays. We don't want that for you. So we do our due diligence here at On Point Alliance.
Let's do this real quick. Now, we'll take the opportunity to appreciate everybody who's watching right now. Now, you who are watching may not be in a situation where you need fingerprints, because for most people, they don't. Depending on the type of job, they don't need fingerprints. But somebody who is connected to you or maybe friends of yours may need this information. Can you guys please do us a favor? Go ahead and share this broadcast. This will help somebody that not have to have a lot of unnecessary heartache and drama for them to get the information. You can do us a favor, please share, and also but we want you to share. Mainly, we want you to share this broadcast. Okay.
So with that, as Travis said, you may know somebody who has their small business owner, and they've been talking about wanting to get their people background screen.
Thank you, Diane.
Want to get their people background screen. Share this information, because we can, tell them options on how different fingerprint options work, so they can select the best service for them in their industry. Okay, so we want everybody to be informed. Okay, we want everyone to do their due diligence, and whatever we can do, that's where we can come in alliance with them to help that they're maintaining the integrity of their brand. Okay.
Right.
So again, we talked about reading and making sure that you're reading the instructions, your confirmation page, being aware of what type of identification. Is there any special forms that you need the technician to sign? Also, with the ink cards, you have to mail those. We encourage you, do not just stick those cards in that FedEx or UPS envelope, because we have people who did that and didn't put them in a folder or something to layer them. The package get wet and it's a mess. And then they have to start over.
They will reject those ink cards for bends and folds.
Yes. So I encourage you, when you get fingerprint cards, take pictures of them so you can just have a record that you did do your due diligence, right? Put them in a folder inside of the FedEx packet or whatever envelope you're using. Okay, so I just want to throw that out there. And always get a tracking number so you can track your package. Because again, you don't want to end up with a delay over a human error.
Right.
Okay.
All right. The third thing we're going to say is stay calm and cooperative. Fingerprinting can sometimes be nerve-wracking. We know that, but it's important to remain calm and cooperative during the appointment. Follow the instructions given by the technician and don't hesitate to ask questions if you're unsure about anything. That's one of our special nicks here, is helping people to be in a calm place, a calm mindset. A lot of times they're all over the place, even on the phone, and we have to basically help bring them down. And it really helps the appointment go by smoother when you are calm and cooperative. And of course, we have our own little special tricks, but we don't mention those now. You just go read our reviews and almost 700 Google reviews, and you'll get a glimpse.
And listen, I know you may have had a hard time with a previous company, or your fingerprint's been rejected, or are you just exhausted because your agency, your employer told you at the last minute to get this done. You stressed out. Don't go so fast there. That told you real fast that you had to get this done. Everything crazy. Calm down. If you call us, we're going to answer your questions to the best of our ability. But we need you to be able to breathe, read the instructions. We may even ask you, hey, if there's no personal information on that document, can you text it to us? Because we look at it, we'll see something interpreted totally different than you.
Right.
But you have to relax when you arrive to the appointment. You may have been in bad traffic, or just got into an argument with somebody, or somebody getting on your nerves, your kids, whatever the case may be. The more relaxed you are, the greater we can be. The smoother that fingerprint process, the better prints we can capture. We don't have to struggle because you're tense. You see what I'm saying? So we want you just to relax. Our labs are stress-free zones. We tell you that up on the ride.
Off the flip.
Okay? So it's a stress-free zone. Once you relax, we got to work together. We're a team. It's places that have you do it yourself.
Oh, man. Yeah,
it's places that, they just take the ink, slap it on your hand, slap it on the card, and in your spirit, something ain't right about this. So, and then you wind up at On Point Alliance anyway. Okay? So again, as Travis said, go check out our reviews, see what our clients have to say, see what sets us apart from your previous experience. So we ain't telling you just to go off our words. See if your experience match our client's experience.
Right.
And consider us for your next fingerprinting service.
All right.
What else we got? Adhere to appointment policies of the fingerprint. Again, y'all, please listen. Every fingerprint company I know, well, I ain't gonna say everyone I know, because some don't have any. You just set the appointment, you show up, they not there.
Right.
You set the appointment, the place is not there.
And we ain't just talking, this happens.
Yes. We're not gonna say no names, but it happens, right? Well, when you schedule an appointment and you agree to those terms and conditions, you didn't have to do that, right? You could have chosen to go somewhere else, right? So don't agree to that particular company's policies. Disregard it if there's no refunds like it is with On Point Alliance, and that's just to respect everyone on the schedule, because we're a service-based business. If you go and we block off 20 minutes per service, right? So that's 40 minutes. Somebody wanted that appointment, couldn't get it because you took it. But you didn't show up on time for whatever the reason is.
Or at all.
Yeah, don't call us, don't say nothing. Or call us and say, hey, I'm be 45 minutes late. It doesn't work that way, because it throws the whole day off, because we do more than just fingerprinting services. Now you're not eligible for a refund and you're upset. When it was just a matter of you reading it, if you didn't like the terms and conditions, you could go somewhere else. I believe you will feel the same way concerning your service. Most of the people coming to us are either some type of professional or business owner, right? So we just ask to be respectful of the fingerprinting providers' policies and have intentions on adhering to them. I know if I go somewhere and miss my doctor's appointment, If I'm late, I'm late. And if I know I'm late, I don't go and tell my credit card company they didn't provide services for me when
Right.
I know I agreed to their cancellation policy and there's a $50 fee because somebody else could have had that appointment.
Right.
So I just want to encourage you all to please do the right thing. Do the right thing.
That was it.
All right. So that's some of the things that we see on a regular basis. Okay. And we hope that this was helpful to somebody. We believe it was because it's verbatim issues. When I say in the last 2 weeks, we've been seeing it over and over and over. People calling us, hey, I got to do this. And they have it, like we said, there's gaps in the communication between the employer or the agency that's telling them to get fingerprinted in them. Okay, so we just wanted to help you guys out and see what we can do to make things better.
All right. So both employers and applicants should remember that fingerprinting is a standard procedure designed to ensure safety, security, and compliance. By being prepared and knowledgeable about the process, we can all contribute to a more efficient and successful fingerprinting experience. That will wrap up this episode of Mind Your Business Monday. Remember, folks, knowledge is power, so be prepared and informed before you go get fingerprinted, okay? We got a few announcements and we're right on time.
Yes, we are. So as we mentioned earlier, we have our fingerprinting boot camp. So we have 3 different options. One, if you are an individual looking for a low-cost startup, if you're looking for something flexible, self-paced, looking for extra money, you want to be the solution, fingerprinting is an option for you, okay? 2, if you already have a notary service or you already provided fingerprints, but you haven't figured out how to capitalize on your services because there are some hurdles and things that are there that if you don't know what to do, you will feel stuck, and it can be very discouraging if you don't know. So we can help you scale your current businesses. Or you may be an individual with a trucking company, a home health care, a daycare, and you have to get people fingerprinted on a regular basis, and you want someone in-house. You're not trying to start a business. You're just trying to save yourself money, time, and resources. Well, we can train someone in-house to provide fingerprinting services for your applicants. So on our website, onpointalliance.com, you will find the information for our ink card fingerprinting. Give us a call if you want to know about our live scan fingerprinting boot camp. Okay. Yes, we have the option to get you equipment and we have funding options as well. So give us a call if there's something you're interested in. All right. So now, in regards to this anthology, okay, we're going to utilize our resources and this platform to encourage you guys to join us on September 2nd. I'm going to make sure that the link is in the description because it is not at this moment, and I apologize. To join us September 2nd, there's a couple ways you can support this anthology book collaboration. Again, for those that wasn't here, is a collective body of work. Is 8 authors total work together on one book. They're sharing what they've overcome. The title of the book is The Secret Recipes of an Overcomer, How to Transition from Defeat to Victory. Okay. So you can purchase a ticket. Yes, the event is going to be here in Texas. Okay. You looking for, if you're in the area or want a vacation and come have some fun with us, this is a black tie affair. Yours truly is going to be doing a set. So we got a little mini concert. We got praise dancers.
You know yours truly means you, right?
Uh-huh.
You know yours truly means yourself, right?
No, I just touched you, Chum.
They don't see you touch me. They see it.
So, yeah. But,
I'll sing.
Y'all know I'm always ready. Y'all know I'm always ready to sing.
She said yours truly is
Yeah,
gonna
not
be
me, not me, not me. Y'all ain't ready for my presentation. Okay,
Ooh.
not yet.
Well, at least they
The
gonna be
world
on
ain't ready
set,
for me.
y'all.
No, y'all can see. I thought y'all could see me. Him, he's gonna be singing. He's gonna do a set there. We have live. We have live entertainment, food. The authors are gonna be doing excerpts of the book. They're gonna be answering questions. They're gonna be signing books. Y'all come help us celebrate these new authors, okay? And then another way you can help us is sponsorships. So you can take that down now. Sponsorships. On the link, you'll see there's a couple ways that you can support, and we will market your business. Excuse me. We'll market your business. We have, I believe, is Emerald and Gold level. The Emerald is $500, but it comes loaded with stuff. So you can see all the benefits of let me pull it up real quick so I can just kind of give y'all a glimpse of what's included. Okay, hold on, wait a minute.
I need to say yours truly.
Y'all know I'm always ready. I'm always ready. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. No,
I don't say what kind of thing is this? Alita gonna be doing the set in, doing what?
Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready.
You know, Alita gonna have that like that woman on, so you gotta have a tambourine ministry.
But you know, my harmonica stays on deck. Okay.
Oh, her and this harmonica. Woo!
Y'all, I'm so sorry I didn't have this up. Give me 1 second. Right, and I'm going fast trying to type, and I can't. Hold on, wait a minute.
Hey, while she doing that, y'all, of course, again, I'm gonna always keep stressing, please like, subscribe, share this broadcast. We appreciate all those that do. Right, we appreciate you.
All right, give me 1 second, guys. I got it. I'm where I'm supposed to be.
What? Huh? What's that? So while you're looking for that, Rabaya had a question. And Rabaya's question is, what is On Point Alliance policy if my prints get rejected? Okay, so it's so the way that goes is like this. If it is a situation where this doesn't happen, I'm just saying, if it was a situation where they send you a letter, well, first of all, they would send a letter probably to your employer, and they would tell the employer, or to you, they would send it to you and say that these prints were rejected due to poor quality. Okay, so when it talks about, so there's two different ways. There's either technician that I won't say don't know what they're doing. A technician either did not do a good job capturing the prints, okay, or there's a poor quality of the ridges on a person's hand. In that instance, poor ridge quality is not on the technician, okay? That's what anybody. Poor ridge quality is not on the technician. When a person has poor quality of ridges, then that means that that technician would at that point need to use all of their skill and knowledge, which we do, to capture the best possible prints, okay? In an instance where it is your ridge quality that has caused those prints to be rejected, then of course you could come back to us, make an appointment, and we can do it again. Standard rates in that instance will apply. Okay. If for some strange reason it wind up being something due to the capturing of the prints, okay,
like the ink was
too light,
or it crossed over in the box.
Crossed over, or a finger crossed over into another box. One digit of a finger crossed over into another digit's box. That will be on us. Of course, that letter saying that, you present that letter to us, we then would do your prints over at no charge to you. So that is On Point Alliance's policies.
We guarantee our work.
We guarantee our work. No technician should guarantee fingerprints. No technician who has sense.
Meaning should guarantee all your prints are going to go through.
Right.
Which you can look and tell when they're good and
Right.
yeah, like Travis, if he slap you, his fingerprint's gonna be on your face.
This is true.
Because his ridges are very good.
This is
Mine
true.
are so low, you have to know what you're doing to fingerprint me, because mine is very warm. My hands are dry. And I drop stuff all the time. That's how slick my hands are. My ridges are. So in that instance, like you said, if it's our fault, we'll it was one particular, let's give a situation. The prints didn't get rejected, but the person needed a specific type of card. Well, that wasn't our fault. However, based on our core values and our us doing our due diligence, we asked that question and we make sure, but we never ask, okay, is it a certain type or version of the card?
Right.
So the person came, got fingerprinted, the prints were good, but they needed a different card. We did, that wasn't on us, but we went on ahead and said, so now you better know. We we asked, is there a specific version, right? But we just went ahead and ate that one, but not because we messed up. You know what I'm saying? That was a learning opportunity for us.
And anything we could do to make that situation be easier on the client.
Yeah.
Being that it was already rejected, whatever we can do to make it better.
Yeah. So if it's our fault, we'll eat it. But if it's not, it's going to be a standard rate, because some things are not your fault. And most of those applicants, they know that their prints are bad because they've been rejected 100 times, or it's always hard other places that they went, and they'll come and tell you that. Right. But just so you guys know, for the Emerald sponsorship, what you're getting is written acknowledgement on our resource page of our book. So our book is going to be globally distributed as well as international. Your company name and logo placed on our flyers and all publicity. Your logo will be placed at each table. You get it's either, I believe it's 6 feet table, but it'll be between 6 and 8 feet skirted vendor table. You get 2 chairs in a prime location in the main room. Okay, you may provide your own branded skirt if you have one. You get to sell your products at our vendors table. Meet and greet with all attendees. Marketing materials will be placed in the gift boxes. Visual acknowledgement before the event via individual slides, so there'll be a presentation going. Verbal acknowledgement throughout the event. Also, you'll get 1 ticket plus 1 ticket is included, and you get half off the second ticket. So general admission is $50. Individual social media acknowledgement. Also, you get to come onto our show and share with our audience your business and services. During the gala, you get 5 minutes on stage to talk about your services, and then also you get access to all of the attendees. So that's the Emerald package, which is $500. The Gold, you get written acknowledgement on the resource page inside of the book. Okay, visual acknowledgement in the pre-event slideshow. Your individual slide, business marketing materials in the gift boxes, the social media acknowledgement, the tickets, and 1 ticket is included, half off the other one. You get to come on the show, as well as verbal acknowledgement. So the difference between Emerald and Gold, you don't get to sell your products at the event. You don't interact with the audience or the attendees. You don't get up and speak. So that's the difference in the Emerald and the Gold. So then we also have a black tie sponsor, and that's $100. That's company marketing materials in the gift boxes, social media spotlights, and visual acknowledgement during the event. Okay, and then you may not be able to go, but want to sponsor a ticket for someone else to attend. So there may be an author that you specifically want to support, but you can't come. Well, you can sponsor a ticket for someone who's less fortunate to be able to attend. And again, general admission is $50. So those are some different ways. I want to make sure this link is in the description, so you guys can click it and support. Okay, so yes, we need your help to make this a success. Again, it's Saturday, September 2nd. Doors open at 3. This is formal attire, a red tie. Red carpet event, black tie affair. Come dressed to impress.
You know their names?
Yes. So we got Deletta Higgins, Travis Kent, Charlotte Douglas, Mike Evans, Diane White, Shalina Tinglin, and Rabia Hogans. Those are all of our authors. And so, y'all, they have done a fantastic job in pouring into this project. And it wouldn't be what it is without every single one of their stories and their vulnerability that they allow themselves to experience, to share with you the things that they have overcome. I know it's going to be life changing. Can you buy a ticket but not attend? Okay, yes. So we already answered that question, Rabia. Yes, you can buy a ticket and not attend. You will select sponsor a ticket on the link. General admission is if you're going to attend, so that way we can have a head count to make sure our food and gifts and all the goodies are, in right proportion.
You are welcome. Well, that is it, guys. We thank you guys for joining in. Thanks for liking, following, sharing, and subscribing to our YouTube channel. And it was good talking to you guys. And as always, we would like to say, take a little time.
Okay, you're gonna make me pull out the harmonica. That's what you're gonna make me do. You want me to do some
take a little time to enjoy the view. Mind your business.
Remember to mind your business.
Mind your business. Do well. You get a lot of stuff done if you mind your business.
They want to hear me play the harmonica.
Nobody wants to hear you play the harmonica.
Just let me give them a little bit. We ain't been here in 3 weeks. No. How many people want to hear it? How many people want to be blessed with the harmonica?
Dude, y'all don't do it.
I'll go live on my Facebook page.
Yeah, follow on her Facebook page. It's her name. I'll leave it, she'll play for y'all, okay? All right, y'all have a great week. Continue to enjoy this Juneteenth.
Look at that play.
I'm not listening to you, and continue to enjoy this Juneteenth. All right, celebrate, do something. But whatever you do, have a great week. Be safe. All right.
We'll talk to you guys
next week. Later.